Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. We will be playing Sifu, a game that is a hidden gem. Of all the games I have played, I'm quite surprised this game isn't talked about more. I also had a little challenge for me to complete in this game. With all that said, let's start this masterpiece. Sifu has 3 difficulties to choose from: Student, Disciple, and Master. I chose Disciple and decided to go through the introduction. While I play the introduction, I'll share the challenge I plan on completing for this game. I want to complete the game at or under 25 years old. This goal is pretty difficult as you can only die a few times. I'll discuss the aging mechanic in a short bit. I was told this wasn't easy, but after completing Dark Souls 2, I felt ready to play this game. We meet up with Sifu, which is named after the game. During this introduction, we were playing as
Yang, of course.
Following that starts the first boss fight against our Sifu. Since he's the tutorial boss, it was pretty easy. This game is similar to Sekiro in a way that there is a structure bar that you can break. You also can have your structure broken, so avoiding attacks is important to lower structure. I was kind of slacking in phase 2, but Yang ended up killing Sifu. It doesn't stop there. Somehow Yang knows we are here and got one of his buddies to slice my throat. We magically not only revive, but also the cut was healed. This introduction scene where you fight the weaker versions of the bosses grabbed my attention instantly. Why isn't there another game that has this? It's probably the best way to start a game. I finished that and we finally start this game. I entered the first level, the Squats. The Squats is the standard first level as there isn't much enemies in here. However, seeing people fight like this looks like it hurts a lot. I know it's a game, but imagine someone actually doing this in real life. The combat system in this game is not only fun and satisfying, but also pretty unique. Even against a bigger group of enemies, it's still very fun to do combat in this game. Have I mentioned you can throw things at the enemies? And you can even throw other enemies into enemies. Now that must hurt, getting someone thrown at you. These enemies may be easy, but they can buff themselves, making them hit harder and have more health / structure. I recommend taking everyone else out first before fighting the buff gangster. Yeah. The basic enemies are called gangsters. You can find these shrines to upgrade yourself, which I'm telling you right now, the red ones are the best upgrades in this game. You can also throw every enemy and even bosses. You can't do this willingly as you need to hit them enough to do it. We get introduced to the next new enemy, the Juggernaut. They are slower, but they can't be staggered easily. This is the advanced version of a Juggernaut, and most enemies have another version of them. Another thing I want to talk about is that these levels aren't that long. In fact, most of these levels only took me 20 minutes. The difficulty comes from the enemies and bosses rather than the level length. I'm going to skip a few fights and mention that your character isn't mute, as you can talk to this Juggernaut before the boss.
I don't care what your boss said. I'm going through the door.
I like how you can interact with the enemies in this game. Also, off script, the enemies can also compliment you when you're playing well. Just wanted to throw that out there. I'll skip over to the boss himself. Fajar isn't too bad as you can throw him after almost every attack he does, or combo. After a while, enemies and bosses will have this black outline, which they are vulnerable to a lot of damage. I was pretty close to dying, but I reached his second phase. The thing with Sifu is, after you defeat a boss, you get all your health back. I think this is nice for a game like this. Fajar's second phase is harder as he does have a bladed weapon, which will still deal damage to you even if you are blocking. I mostly parried and counterattacked when he did moves with it. With bosses, you can kill them or spare them. Being the nice and kind person I am, I will spare the bosses. Fajar wasn't bad at all to spare, and I did the squats without dying once. This is a good start for this game. If you're enjoying this video, why not consider liking the video and consider subscribing to the channel? Your support helps not only myself, but the algorithm pushing this video for others to see. We entered the club with the secret level outfit equipped. Just thought it was fitting for this level. The club is only the second level, but ramps the difficulty quite a bit, but I wasn't too worried. Early into the level, the flash kicks joined the enemy roster. I really don't like flash kicks as they always do a low attack that you can either parry or avoid up. We will definitely see more of them later, but I had to fight 2 juggernauts at once. This can be problematic for new players and the first barrier of the level. I try to separate the two to deal with one at a time. Hey, there are 2 more flash kicks here. Thankfully, you can throw a bottle to remove one of them. The other one can be easily dealt with using a bat. The pit part, I did actually die here by this juggernaut. I thought here was a good point to discuss the agent mechanic. Every time you die, your death counter increases by 1, unless you're on student difficulty, in which it will stay at 1. Also in student difficulty, you have double the health. That's why I didn't play student difficulty. This can increase as high as 10 as you get older. As you get older, you deal more damage at the cost of health. There's no way to age down in a level, but you can lower your death counter by beating certain enemies. After the pit, the disciple is introduced. These enemies are pretty manageable to a point with other enemies. I learned about the 3 trials by this enemy. It seems like I can't catch a break with Dark Souls 2. The first trial did get dicey, but wasn't anything bad. The second one was just 1 disciple with a staff. This one was the easiest out of the 3. The last trial was harder than the whole level, as I did die again, putting me at 22. After those disciples, I faced the boss of the level. Sean is the easiest boss in this game. Both of his phases are almost the same, so what I say about phase 1 goes for phase 2. His attacks are very telegraphed and are easy to avoid and parry. Also, he has a very funny sound effect when you throw him. Phase 2 only adds a low attack, and sometimes you'll do some attacks faster. I don't have anything left to say about Sean. He's easy and fun to fight. Sparing him was also very fun, and we finished the club at age 22. Not bad. I was going to put the full game in one video, but I know that it would take a very long time to edit the whole thing. I just stopped the video here to keep this video as long as the other ones. I really like this game so far, and we will likely finish this game in the next video. This game is kind of a break from the Souls games, but I do plan on playing another Souls game after this. Consider commenting below your favorite moment, what you think about Sifu, and possibly your thoughts on this game. If you have suggestions for other games, put them down there too. I love reading your comments as it shows that you like the content. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful and safe rest of your day.